Honestly, valid. Yeah, I will say Carmine Corp is one of those teams that is stuck together for a minute. Holy double off the ground, but that's a great save from Noasaki too. Just great patience on it. Quick counter from Goffs. Was that a bump play to take him off of it? I saw Rise's initial touch, but Goffs reset over a Tau in time in the entire world. They're just, again, trying to get themselves back on that same footing and connection that they had before, but for now, it looks like they're getting back into it. Rise fakes the reset, uses it late, delayed into the net, and Carmine Corp take that lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is just insane. From Rise gets the reset and says, I'll take it all the way. I mean, that's just kind of demoralizing to Wild a little bit. I'm sure Wild might be thinking, man, like we had their number. What happened? Are we going to be able to keep this one going into that game 5? They're just scoring at will on us, and right now, Carmine Corp making it look easy compared to these first 3 games.
Yeah, they definitely are doing a lot better, playing a little bit closer to Wild. Rise. This one's sent off by Tempo. Again, that player that defensively really has kept Wild, ahead of the curve in some key moments here. And Goffs makes a really tight angle to keep Wild in this series.
That was exactly what they needed when they needed it the most, and my goodness, I mean, a crazy...
5-2, Carmine Corp trying to run away with things, recreate what they did in game number 4 as best as they can. Rise off the ceiling, reset over 1 to the backboard, double and in. Rise is back.
Yikes. My goodness, this is absolutely nasty work coming in from Rise off the backboard, and been able to get themselves on the board first, but not quite able to connect on that one. Now it's going to be Cash heading back the other way. Definitely a lethal player. If you give him space, you give him opportunity, and that's exactly what Cash is going to capitalize on.
What on earth from one end to the other, but look at this. It's the bounce up and it's just nasty. It's really what the name of their game was in that game number 3. It was just quick transitions, quick clears and follows, keeping that ball close and not allowing the Young Unks any space to make some plays. The one time they got some, it's a reset through, and Justice, the first to put Young Unks back on this board.
Yeah, Justice with a great read right there, able to send that one straight through.
Raziers wants to make that pass attempt over to Yvonne. This one gets sent off for effort, but not a bad one at that. Young Unks demos coming all the way through. Paths trying to be cleared. It is more than enough space for Justice to find his way on in. And 45 seconds on the clock. Young Unks take that lead.
Yeah, the first goal of the game has been massive in this series.
About what can you do to very confidently defend it and make sure that the follow-up doesn't come through. But here it is again. Astral to collect. Just trying to carry this one down and under. It's the play that keeps it in. And Hag the first to lead.
Well, hey, it's going to work eventually, and Astral finds the air dribble bump, or rather the carry across the field, getting involved on the offense, and Pluvo just trying to stay alive with some of these counterattacks. They haven't been able to lock in Hag and put on an attack that lasts for more than just a couple touches. Now Gorali across the Astral, the pre-jump shot, and Hag take the series in 3.
I mean, I was waiting for the pressure build-up, and eventually it does here, but what's even better is Growly getting over Jazzy. Really denied by Nash. And Jobless just keeping their head above water right now. Really just the thing that has been lacking is once they are out of the play, they can't turn it into something, but same can't be said for forward. Once they're out of their own half, you got to be ready for whatever crazy shot's about to come forward.
Well, fortune favors the counter attack forward at this time.
Still trying to keep it going though. Jobless working their way 1 inch at a time towards the midline, but forward just does a great, consistent job of keeping it up.
Oh no!
And my gosh, that's really an unfortunate way for this one to find its way in. It's a great first initial play from Compact and crazy control. And really everybody just trying to anticipate these touches. Nas Over to Ixo. Ixo trying to slow things down. Edgeby just going to take this one away immediately, but I like this midfield presence from Oli. Down over to Nas. It's right on through, and just like that, tied game.
And maybe the biggest piece of creativity we've seen from Jobless, it's Oli from the ceiling, finding his man across the box.
EWC Community Cup for EU, but you got to get past this one first. Forward. Just the same game plan as before. Take your shots. Time and time again. It's another setup for Oli. Back to Ixo. Full team effort. And Jobless first on the board.
There's the ball movement. There's the plays coming out from Jobless. This one beats the defender. The Oli pass
from Jobless stopped in mid by Compact. You see Mike Boy going up and trying to just be a nuisance and get a couple bumps and open things up if a play should continue. But for now, the attempt at the cringe play doesn't quite come into completion. It's a cleanup from Mike Boy to tie things up right here. But hey, points for creativity.
Yeah, great play from Ed.
Nobody has quite been able to build on a lead or a response that they've had here. Easy save there from Edgeby around the corner. Nas, full tank to work with on this one. Tries to make a center over to Ixo. Double tap. Finds its way on in. He had so much space to work with on that one. Great placement. Tried to keep it as high as he could to the crossbar. And Jobless to build on their first goal.
And now here comes K-Corp. Can they set something up and steal away this game one in which I don't think they've played particularly well, but Rise trying to make it happen by himself, fakes through 1 and 2, splits the defenders like Moses, and a 2-1 lead for K-Corp.
Oh my goodness, one up top, one to the left.
Save, another shot weak. Vatira can't get there to cross. Creamy with zero boost makes it clear, and Unks hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, and maybe able to get the counterattack going right here.
No
they
way.
do! Chip with a beauty. It was fast. It was like lightning. But guess what? Young Unks struck, and they struck quickly with fire as Chip.
To convert, you have to have high conversion on those because you're not afforded them too much, and those are your lifelines. Those are the ones that keep you in series like this when backs are against the wall. And now K-Corp rumbling and stumbling through, and Katira is going to put this one away somehow and regain the lead.
Yikes. Vatira looking for the reset, goes under, able to make
Years
sure
ago that he could make a montage out of. But for K-Corp, it doesn't really matter how they get the job done. They're sitting 1 goal up. Here comes Atto, putting it down off the crossbar, and Young Unks had no answer for that one. K-Corp up by 2.
Yeah, right now it's looking like it's turned into one of those games where K-Corp are just getting anything.
Creamy got to put something together now. Less than 30 seconds, and a shot fires off. Atto makes the save.
Yeah, that was probably the best chance that they've gotten in the last couple of minutes, so I don't know if that's going to work out for them because Atto's going to take it right back the other way and give them the 4-1 advantage, and that means this one is probably more than likely 9 plays. Right now, anything Hag have been putting onto this Jobless half has just been throwing anything at the wall and hoping that something will stay.
Yeah, this is great work from Jobless. Just unrelenting pressure, and both goals coming from Nas. We said we wanted to see more from him, and boy, has he delivered. A cross-map flip reset goal with a little bit of a...
Both of these teams, crazy close days to get here. Lots of pressure on the line.
Yeah, and I will say props to Wild. I mean, they were up against Carmine Corp, and Carmine Corp had to really clutch it up to bring it back. So, I mean... Wow, I was going to say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Wild get off to an early start here, but, I mean, Resolve.
Boost, this one gets past his hands, and Cash, doing it back towards that other side of the field there. You see Razier is already lurking Noasaki. And it's just slow challenges. Air dribble over one, passing through from Tempo, and just like that, Wild have tied things up.
A great air dribble coming out, able to guide that one right over to his teammate Tempo. In general, right now, 45 seconds remaining, it's where you really got to start looking at how these squads are going to be able to put together an opportunity. Are Wild going to be able to do just that right here? And now the infield pass is there, and there it is. Tempo picking up the tempo. 2-2 game, 36 seconds remaining, and that was the equalizer that they needed.
It was a much faster play too, but also shout out to Tempo lurking and waiting for the right moment to really pounce onto Resolve. And they're playing the patient game. They don't want to allow too many shots towards their side, so they're just taking these low, few and far between. It's a 1v1 that Noasaki wins. And at 10 seconds on the clock, Wild steal that lead.
I said it, Resolve can't get comfortable even with a 2-0 lead. And just like forward, they're going to be feeling absolutely magnificent. They just have to keep on playing the game they've been playing. And now, if you're Pluvo, you just feel a little bit dejected at this point. You're like, man, like we played so well. We gave ourselves a lot of chances. And just like that, you see the chances diminish and dwindle away before your eyes.
It's the same. It's pretty much routine from game number 1. It's Plovo trying. You've got 4 minutes left on the clock. That is plenty of time for Forward to kind of try and get things together. But defensively, you have got to keep someone back and lurking. You saw Mike. He's going out of his way to try and make the save, and that's going to cost him. Plovo from the mid takes this one all the way up to himself and finds a third goal for the team.
Yeah, he saw him.